That's not no ow ow. That is not no. That is not no ow ow. That is not no ow ow. Ow ow.
I am TANKFISH, and I'm being forced at gunpoint to play this game. Welcome to TDX, not to be confused with the government service group that transports missiles with pickup trucks. Silly mistake, I know. It's basically tower defense simulator, but according to John, it's better. Oh.
Yeah.
As for the lore, nobody knows, but I have a theory. Tower Defense X is actually the sequel of Balloon Tower Defense. The year is 2025. The Brotherhood of Mad, a terrorist group, nuked South America and eliminated all supplies of banana. This starved all the monkeys to death, and now, to avenge the monkeys, the GDA, led by ROBLOX John and Jordan Peterson, is fighting against zombies made by the Brotherhood. But hey, that's just a theory. An LSD overdose theory. Just like any tower defense game, the gameplay consists of placing down defenses, enemies spawning, watching your defenses kill enemies, neuron activated, dopamine released. Your goal is simple: keep the others out of wherever they're trying to reach. It could be a top secret facility or an ice cream truck for all I could care, but it doesn't matter, because once they reach it, something bad happens. As the game progresses and you get into later waves, the enemies will become stronger, faster, and annoyinger. To counter that, you can divert all the tax money into military spending instead of healthcare or some shit, and upgrade your defenses. Beware though, because during the last few waves, shit goes from 0 to 100 real f***ing quick. It goes from 2. That difficulty spike do be hitting harder than my dad's belt, so you actually need some good strats in order to win. If you lack brain cells, follow some tutorials like what I do with Arknight. Thank you, Kyostin V. In every game, you can bring with you 6 towers. You cannot bring more, but you can bring less if you're f***ing poor. So choose wisely. You get money to deploy towers by getting government subsidies and hurting people. If you have teammates, the money will be split evenly, and you will get a first-hand experience of living in China under Mao, not being able to afford jack shit. But unlike communist China, your farms won't get confiscated, so you can do money that way. When the enemies reach the end, you lose HP based on the amount of HP they have left. So it's kind of like a car crash you could have prevented. May the stronger car with more HP wins. I didn't think I need to say this, but after seeing some kid bring in a fucking boat in a land-only map made me realize that I might have to explain this. It's a boat. It goes in water. If there's no water, there's no boat. Your ass is not in Vinland Saga. There's also a line of sight system where obstacles can cock block your towers, because after all, you cannot hit what you cannot see. Try punching someone with your eyes closed. Trust me, you won't feel it. Different maps have different difficulties depending on their terrain, and if you're high on adrenaline, you can pick a more challenging mode for extra brain damage. Now, trade-off for incoming. You get advertised. Back to the video. There is a vast variety of enemies in this game to hit the diversity quota. You got zombies, bigger zombies, zombies with armors, zombies who think they're John Cena, zombies with common sense who realize that yes, they should probably run, zombies who play League of Legends, zombies that spawn more zombies, zombies that give your towers concussion, and much more, because I'm tired of saying the word zombie. The devs eventually ran out of brain cells and started combining zombies traits and abilities. Why be special when you can be double special? Trust me, eventually there's gonna be a fat ass zombie who's also gonna have armor, but is somehow fast as f. Make him invisible too. You know what? Give him a taser gun while you're at it. This guy is on the whole spectrum. Apart from the regular grunts, there's also... Unlike regular enemies who act like punching bags, bosses act like Arknight enemies. They f***ing fight back. They will hit the towers. It's the ROBLOX Predator. He's gonna groom all your towers. He's like a mini-boss and he has a single ability. Kill. That's it. SCP-049 looking ass, the war criminal, convicted in both Leipzig and Nuremberg for the extended usage of gas. Different color of gas have different effect on your towers. Red lowers damage, green and black lower fire rates, and blue reduces range. He's probably the kind of guy who makes a lot of homophobic jokes, but is secretly into man ass because for someone dressed in all black, his abilities are sure pretty colorful. He can also heal by doing a gamer rage and summon murders to stun your towers. This guy is definitely trying to compensate for something. For abilities, he's got a Sword Slam, it kills people. Rocket Burst, it kills people. And Flamethrower, it kills people. And makes him medium rare. He's honestly just a big stat stick. Unga bunga until the ops are bunga gonga. Simple, yet effective. He's basically the Plague Doctor, but on steroids. Some of his attacks now deal damage to your towers because this ain't easy mode no more. Oh yeah, he's compensating for something for sure. Man really went.
I need more bullets! I need more bullets! Bigger weapons! Thanks for the protein, sir! Hasta la vista, baby!
If he was a stat stick, he is now a bigger stat stick made out of guns. And he's gonna break your jugular and steal your wallet. As for which tower the bosses prioritize to unalive the North. Some abilities target the most expensive, some target the area with the most towers, some are RNGs, and I'm too lazy to find out which does what. I'll leave that to the wiki nerds. Thank you for your contribution. That means, sadly, no. You can't bait every attack from the boss with cheap towers like what you do with gravel from Arknight. However, you can spam them around to lessen the chance for your more valuable towers to get hit. So, perhaps you're safe, John. Perhaps you're not. Who knows? This game currently has 15 towers and each of them has 2 upgrade paths. Once you get 3 upgrade in one path, further upgrade for the other path will be locked. Instead of simply telling you what they do, I'm gonna make a tier list so all my fellow meta slaves can live happily ever after. Ranger. Basic unit for early game that goes pew pew. Top path gives him stealth detection while bottom path allows him to yeet grenades.
Grenade! Throw it back, Private!
Operator is honestly just better. D tier. Operator. Solid early game unit if you don't have laser gunners. It's strong enough so that a few can handle pretty much everything early waves can throw at you. And it's got early detection so you won't get butt by the first stealth wave.
I'm legally blind!
Bottom path allows him to call in a 1995 Toyota Hilux with heavy machine gun mounted. If you're very in touch with your inner Taliban, you can spam the shit out of it for some happy car accident and... B tier. Shotgunner. Dog range mid damage. D tier. David Bazooka. It has great damage, AoE, armor pierce, and stealth detection on both paths. Very cracked. Top path gives it giga range and a very high damage on primary target, while bottom path sacrifices range and your wallet for DPS. Personally, I'm a top path enjoyer. I like to spam 4-2 missile troopers and just enjoy the firework.
Hello, Biden. It's Zelensky. We need 5 billion rockets to bomb Donetsk children. Slava Ukraine!
Perhaps Ukraine did have the perfect tower defense strat against Russia with other javelins. S tier. Mine layer. Setting traps in the backline to prevent leaks. Honestly, why don't you just get good and don't leak? D tier. Sniper. Good early game unit that can still be useful in mid and end game. For example, against these two goobers. Oh no, I can't see. I need AP. Explosion don't work. Top path makes them absolutely cracked. They get AP bullets and can do Phantom Forces collat. Here we have a pro COD player. He doesn't shower. As for bottom path, it gives him artillery range. Overall solid unit. A tier. Cryo Blaster. Freezes enemies. You can choose between AoE, Bing Chilling, or fast single target, Mr. Freeze. C tier, because it doesn't have detection and the freeze is honestly kinda mid. However, if you're feeling Canadian, you can cheese bosses with it. Because if you somehow manage to freeze it, you win. There's nothing he can do. Still C tier though, because you can also just kill it. EDJ. It's a woman, but unlike most women, she makes your life easier. It's currently the most cost-effective tower. If you don't have it, you lose. Her top path increases your tower's DPS and her bottom path makes them cheaper. It's like blasting funk music on a battlefield. Why hasn't anyone tried that yet? S tier, John, the main character, the monkey himself, out of his whole arsenal, decides to bring this. Bottom path is kinda ass. Top path is overpriced. Like your 0-2 figure 8! His monkey brain doesn't allow him to detect stealth enemies, but despite all that, in higher difficulty modes, you're probably gonna need the monkey rage ability that increases the damage of all nearby towers by 50%. For that alone, A tier, S tier, and being held at gunpoint help. Juggernaut, he's a simple man, he has big gun, S tier. Artillery, give the zombies World War I PTSD. Top path is okay. Bottom path, however, where do I begin? Range? Yes. Damage? Yes. Blast radius? Yes. Cost? Too much. I would have given it an A tier if I wasn't a lazy piece of shit. Since you need to manually choose where it targets. B tier. Laser gunner. Top path is basically the sniper top path, but instead of a sniper rifle, you get a laser minigun. In terms of cost effectiveness, sniper is slightly better, but since laser gunners have so much more drip, I gotta give him the dub. Bottom path is just meta. It's a stat stick. Very high DPS with armor pierce and detection. S tier. Farm. There are two types of farm users. There's the one who ends up making fat profits and carrying the team by simply having more shit.
Behold my stuff.
They have a master degree in microeconomy and knows how to balance spending between farming and military. And there's the one who spent all their money on farms early on, then complains about the game being too hard and their teammates too useless because they don't have any towers to defend wave 10. S tier. Patrol boat. For a boat whose job is to patrol, it doesn't detect stealth. You had one job, goddammit. The top path gives you missiles and the bottom path gives you a flamethrower. Both are decent, but since you can only place it on water and it can't detect stealth, B tier. It spawns units. Instead of playing tower defense, you'll be playing tower offense. Go to them before they come to you. Top path gives you scouts and railgunners. Both have detection and railgunners have AP. Bottom path is random bullshits go. Brain dead S tier, especially on certain maps where they can blob up. Warship. EX tier. And that's it. If you disagree with this list, feel free to comment. I won't look at them, but it's really good for the algorithm. I'm sorry, but this time I cannot relate to the grind. I have friends in high places. I simply asked nicely and they just provided me with everything. Imagine grinding, couldn't be me. But I think I can picture what you peasants went through. Farming the same map over and over again with the highest difficulty that you can handle. Perhaps you worked smart and found a tutorial online on how to easily clear an elite map with low tier towers. Perhaps you have someone who can boost you, but you still can't escape the fate of grinding the same f***ing map with the same f***ing strat a quadrillion times. Have fun. I know I did, cause I did it. I mean, it's a tower defense game. Worst case scenario, if you really lack the brain cells, you can just go watch some guides and follow the steps for easy clear. Sadly, I don't think Houston V makes contents on TDX, so you're gonna have to find someone else. Remember, the only thing that can truly challenge you is yourself. Be the masochist you always wanted to be. Play with only rangers, and I assure you, this game is gonna be hard. I guess you can flex on noobs with your big juicy towers in public lobby, but the noobs are gonna suck ass and you're gonna lose at wave 15. Then you're gonna look like an idiot because you thought you could carry them, but you couldn't because you overestimated your ability. Based on a true story. The game just came out and a lot more contents will be added in the future. I know for sure there's gonna be an endless mode where you can get a first-hand experience of what it feels to be a German commander in 1944 on the Eastern Front. And that's it for this video. Subscribe, like, and comment, or I will deploy you as bait.
Maxie, meow. Good boy. Wolfie, meow.